Hey guys, welcome back to Bowen's Homestead, and today I thought I would show you guys a tour of my farm. So give this video a like, click the red subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss one of my awesome farm videos.
Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to show you is over here in that corner. What it is our pig, so let's go.
Okay, ready, set, start. Alright, so we are closer now to pigs. They are right here. They're pretty sleepy, and they're probably super hot because it's a super hot day today. But what we have is, we have these hog panels. I am not sure what the measurements are myself, but these are our hog panels, and we are just using these T-posts and twisting wiring to bring them together. So come take a look at this. So it's just this type of wiring to hold the T-posts and the hog panels together. And we have these plastic things to go on the T-posts to hold the electric wiring that goes, let's take a look, that goes 10 miles. So it's a pretty good, and it's on the top and the bottom, and it's not on right now because we forgot to turn it on this morning. And this stuff is sharp because it was cut, so it's super sharp. So we put these full noodles because my mom got cut by it and on her leg, and it hurt pretty bad. And then we just have a little stool here. All right, so come on in to the pig pen to take a look of the indoors. So these are just rubber buckets, easily just from Tractor Supply. That's what we use. And then we have these two of these size, and then we have one big one here, and then this one that's more of a plastic. And we are just using this hay. I think we got it, I'm not actually sure where we got it, but it came in a big hay bale, and we just use this. We just hay them this morning, and then pushing all this hay out. Put it back in. But yeah, and we're just using old pallets for their little house thing, their shelter, and just some tin for the top of their house to keep the rain out. And then if you guys can see in the back here, but it's on the outside, is this plastic, also just to keep the rain out. And so yeah, that is the pigs. All right, so we are going to go and take a look at the chicken coop now. All right, guys, so we have made it to the chicken mansion coop. All right, so we're gonna start on the outside. Ooh, there's a grasshopper on it. Come look. Before it hops away. Do you guys see that right there on the T-post? Right. Want it to go away. Sorry guys, I don't like bugs. Whoa, it flies. All right, so we are using a little bit of a smaller T-post than what we have over at the pigs, with just these plastic attachments to hold this electrical wire. Well, not really wire, but this tape, kind of. It's not really tape. I don't know. And then we just put those obviously in the ground, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things going through them. And at the top here, if you guys can see this little door right here, sometimes we open that when it's like hot outside because it does get like that sometimes. So we just open it and air out. And we just have, I think, on all of the corners, so this one on that corner and then the two corners on there are shorter than these ones because we have a bit higher, probably the same thing as the pig ones. But yeah, this just goes all around. And over here, I'm not an expert at this, I would have to ask my dad, but is this stuff down here. It's like this metal thing. And yeah, so I'm not really sure what that is. If you guys know, then let me know down. And then there's just this wire. Let me know down below if you guys know what it is. And then in the morning, at this thing here, we will unclip these two. Obviously, we'll shut it off first. But we'll unclip these two, and then it goes on there. It's easier to step in and out of. And this used to be like a storage place, but when we owned the house, we we turned this into a chicken coop because it used to be over in the little one over there that we will show you later on in the video. But yeah, so it has just this, and this is the big hay bale I'm talking about. We have used quite a bit of hay out of it, and the chickens have spread it around, as you guys can see. So yeah, we use this for the pigs, the chickens, and their nesting boxes all over. And out there is just a storage spot that we are not going to show you guys. But yeah, in this one we just have it plastic because it's just all we had left. For the door, we just have this piece of plywood, and the handle is just this right here. This is the light. It's solar. I think, maybe? No, it's just attached to the extension cord. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think it goes in there. But yeah, this is just a light so we can see. And then we just wrap this in plastic just to keep extra heat in the winter. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys the reason of why we have an electric fence around our chicken coop. And this is because when their coop was over there, I mean it still is, but we'll show you after, like I said. But a bear, we didn't have this on, but a bear got into our coop and stole a whole bunch of our chickens. And so we have to now keep this because a bear will come up if like right here. This is, we also put chicken wire, if you guys can see that through the plastic. That way it's extra protection if the bear ever did get in. But it could come up here and just rip it, and it would eat all of our chickens. So yeah, so that's why it's like that. But yeah, and we just have plastic all around just to keep extra heat in. And so now in here, I will finish showing you guys the outside after. But this is the coop. This is where they mostly spend their time. But when we did have younger chicks that could not be with them, we built a separate spot. But we first, the original meaning of this was for the quails. But the quails cannot be in here anymore. They got too cold, and we always used to lose the eggs because they were getting eaten and stepped on by us because this was a mess and we couldn't see the eggs because they're so little, and they have a very big, like, they have print on them. And so yeah, so what we did is for the water in the winter we use these heaters, and it just plugs into this right here that we had. That is what that I think the solar thing is plugged into this, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, so it's all plugged into that, and this is just the door, and we just have a lock right here to lock it, but we don't. And for food, we use these rain gutters, I think that's what they're called. I'm not positive though. And we're just using this black netting that we use to separate them. But yeah, so now it's just always open, and chickens are on each one. So we have perches in each corner. There's a corner there, not in this corner because there's nesting boxes. And so for water, we just use these 5-gallon buckets. We use 2 of them because we have a lot of chickens. I think we have like 112 or so, or 111 since we lost one. But yeah, we just use this thing. It's the same as the pig bucket for their food, and this big storage tote for their food also, where we keep it. And then this is just a big old scoop just for the tractor supply. And then we use these razors also out here. These are the nesting boxes. These are homemade nesting boxes. We just put this at the top. Some of our birds don't like to be touched when they're in here, obviously. But we just fill these with the same hay and stuff. And yeah, so this is just that. This bird puffs up. I once tried to get an egg from her and she just fought and fought. This we actually got off of the Facebook marketplace because we did not want to build a whole nother one of these. And we found this and it was a really good deal. I have no clue what the price was, but I know that it was a really good deal. And these perches fold up if you don't want them to lay on the top and just the bottom or something. So those fold up, and so does this. So those fold up for easy clean and carry portable, I don't know. So yeah, there's 5, so there's 10 nesting boxes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we have a little one back here because we have a little bantam. So I have like 12 to 13 in this. And then we just always keep a pair of scissors to open chicken feed bags. And I think that's all for inside of the chicken coop. So let's head over here. Like I said, plastic. So this is a little box. This one is not solar. I don't know. It's not solar. But it's just from American Farm Works. I think we got this box from Tractor Supply. But it's just a 60 miles electric fence thing, and it has the same thing, just this wire. And there's something in the ground. It's right there. This metal thing right here goes into the ground. And then this, and then that electric thing plugs in at night. And then we just keep this thing here for our empty chicken feed bags. Back there is just storage, like I said. This stream back here they always use for water if they're thirsty and they have no water and we haven't been out yet. And then at the back, it's basically the same thing. There's really nothing interesting about it. It looks basically the same. And yes, I was right, on all 4 corner posts. It's shorter than just the normal post. And so I think that is all for our big layer chickens. So now I guess we're going to head over to this and I will explain more when we're over there. All right, guys, so we have made it to the palace, we're gonna call it. So what we do is we hatch these for my little brother's preschool class. We hatched these because the ones that they tried to hatch did not work and we felt bad, so we tried to hatch them and obviously they worked. So we have those. There's one silky, and what we use is just these. They were left over, and some zip ties and this black netting. Over here what we do to keep it up is we screw some things in there, and there's another one at the bottom, and all we have to do is just put it into one of those and it's up. So we just have this. I'm not sure why, but yeah. So I'm gonna explain a little bit here. Alright, so this has a bit of a backstory. So this used to be, our chicken coop when we first got chickens. And so before, we kind of made an extension on it. So we're gonna come in here. It's super hot and there's spiders in here and I do not like spiders. But see where these posts end and it's kind of just this, and see how there's just a big opening? So a door used to be there, and yeah, a door used to be there and a big piece of plywood came across here. So this, from this and back, did not be here the first time we built this. It only used to be this very small square. And if you guys can see, this, there used to be a thing, but it got full of the poo and stuff like that, all the feathers and food and stuff, and it fell. So they're just now on the ground. That was I think that was the first year that we moved here. So yeah, they were all in there. And the nesting boxes, there's 4 on each side. So there's 8 nesting boxes in here. And then we added those 2 boxes just for extras. And we just have this pink light in here. I'm not sure why. That's a dad question. I don't know. And we just have 2 perches set up here and these little things here. These are layers. They're baby layers. Here's the backstory. So normally there are meat birds in here. This is where we keep the meat birds when they are old enough and don't have to be underneath the heat lamp. We put them out here when they're big enough. And so yesterday we just butchered our meat chickens that we had in here. So there's none in here right now. It's just the little chicks. So yeah, we just keep the little, it's the same thing. It's just a 3-gallon, and then we keep this one in here and that one. And then we just keep a fly thing. I'm not sure what it does anymore, but. And like I said, we just put that all so they can come out and enjoy. So, like I said, the bear. You guys take a look at this door. See this crack down it right here? Yeah, that is from when the bear got in, and it's broken right here too. So, see guys, it moves. All right, so that's about to fall off, but it still works. See, it still works, but I would definitely like to fix it. And it's kind of a mess around here. But yeah, a raccoon has also gotten in here and stolen a couple chickens. And when we only had this little square, this was the door. And the bear ripped this too. So yeah, that's why they're not in here anymore. And we just had too many chickens that we had to not use this anymore. Even if we had this extension, too many chickens, couldn't use that. And so yeah, that's the palace where we keep all of our birds that are too small to go in there and too big to be in the garage. So that's the palace, and now let's head into the garage. All right, so this is the garage. We just have this pallet because when it rains, this is full of, this thing right here gets full of water. See where the rocks are? It gets full of water, and so we have to put this pallet here so that we can just walk over. And so, set, go. All right, guys, sorry about that. We just had to do something real quick for my parents. This is the garage. Don't look, it's a mess in here. So let's just close the door and follow me. This is the, call this the quail shack. Alright, so here we go. These 2 quail cages, I don't know what this is from, and this one is from Winola, where is it right there? But I'm not sure where this one is from. I totally recommend this. The only problem that we had is it fell right on the face of it. So that's the only issue with it. There's nothing else really that's bad about it. But yeah, it comes with these orange things you put in there. It comes with these so the eggs just roll down. And yeah. And these tubes go up into the bucket, and if you look in the back, there's these little things to protect the metal little thing from closer. They packed a little metal thing in here, and it's just cup so they don't lose it all, and then they can always get water. So that's that. The other one is basically the same, except We are using this. And I think the hole is at the bottom. And it just goes into there and it just fills with cup. So I don't think that they have to touch it. Oh, yeah, there's a little yellow thing in it. And this is the same idea. And so over here, these are our other quails that we hatched maybe 5 weeks ago, maybe even more, but we hatched them not too long ago. And so these are all of the meat birds that we just got from Tractor Supply, Agua. We got some Agua. We just keep the water, the feeder, and heat lamp. That's basically it. Over here, in this tiny little it's for gardening, but we use it for chicks. We have this heat lamp, and then one of our bantams hatched her own chicks. So we didn't even have to put them in an incubator. She just sat on them, and she wasn't coming in at night. So we were a little bit worried about her because she wasn't coming in. And like I said, there's bears. And so one day we went out to feed and water them, and we saw these little things walking around. We lost one of them, but we want to keep these. No, and so. Yeah, we just keep its food and water in there. Over here in this other cage, it's the same as this one, but in this cage here is just all of the males. Because these are just extra males that we got out of hatching. These and those over there are the same age. We just did not want any males, and they were just extra. All right, so that's all of the animals inside of here. I have one more thing to show you, and that is drum roll please, the garden. So this is going to be super exciting, and so without further ado, let's go to the garden. All right, so this is where the garden is. All right, so I'm going to do a quick disclaimer. You guys see this post and this wiring here in the middle, that separates ours and the neighbors, and that's also for the neighbors' tomatoes, because we agreed that we were going to split it with her, and so that's what we did. We're just using this for a gate because we have chickens. So I'm going to show you guys what separates. So from this all the way down to the other side, this and over is our neighbor's side, and this and over is our side. Alright, so we're going to start here. So we all shoveled out, it's very grassy and stuff in here. But we all shoveled this out. It's all cow manure, or not cow manure, chicken and horse manure and quail. So this is lettuce here growing because the chickens dug up the rest of it, so that's why. Like this is just a big old weed that we can just rip right out. This is also lettuce. This is another kind of lettuce. This is spinach. This down, all the way to here. That's all spinach. This stuff right here is celery, all the way down until it looks different. Celery. This stuff is eggplant. And then this stuff is more spinach. And this stuff here is, I don't think there's tag in here. Here we go. I'm trying to find the tag. I don't know. It's something prickly. I think it's cucumbers. This is cucumbers. And then on this side, I think it's cucumbers more. It's cucumbers. I'm just gonna look and see if I can see. Yeah, I think these are cucumbers. Okay, we're just gonna say those are cucumbers because I really don't know. And squash Really cucumber? No. Alright, I know that these are squash in this trellis. Wow, these are still cucumbers. Oh yeah, these are cucumbers. Look guys, there's a little baby cucumber in there. Do you guys see that right there? That's the baby cucumber. This is squash. It's kind of hard to walk through. But if you guys look in here, ow, those things are prickly. But look, there's a little baby